Something happened recently that's pretty amazing. Bernie's killing it in the polls. Bernie's killing it in the polls. And it's something, guys, for some reason, they're not talking about it a lot. Yeah, for some reason, Bernie, like surging in the polls ever since ever since the heart attack, ever since he came back, the big rally in Brooklyn where everybody and their mama and their cousin and their uncles and their aunts came out.
We got a permit for 20,000 people and we had to close the doors. So to all of those who couldn't get in, thanks so much for being here, and thank all of you for being here today.
Where the key endorsements from AOC, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, the momentum, the win at the back of the senator from Vermont, Mr. Bernard Sanders, all of a sudden, he is surging. He's splurging and slurging and surging like a surgeon. For some reason, they're not reporting it that way. In fact, they're just like jumping over and skipping the fact that he's polling so high. Well, here goes one here. Sanders leads. Biden slumps in New Hampshire poll. This is Politico. They actually called it right. Now, this is from the Morning Consult. And one of the important elements here in this new Morning Consult, besides the New Hampshire poll, is this: Bernie Sanders with the highest favorability rating of all the candidates. That's right, the highest favorability rating. So he has the lowest amount of having heard of but no opinion as well. That's it. That's the one. So Bernie Sanders is killing it in the name recognition and favorability category. They don't want to talk much about Bernie Sanders being so highly favored. In fact, you would think that he wasn't. You would think the opposite, the way they always talk about Elizabeth Warren, the way they talk about Biden, and even Buttigieg. Yeah, they leave out that Bernie is really highly favored. In fact, they always they come up with these terms, these smear tactics with Bernie. Bernie's he's mean. We even got people like Trevor Noah, running clips of Bernie yelling at children. Then you play the clip, you get the clip, and you look at the clip yourself, and you see that Bernie was trying to tell the kid, don't be down on yourself. Like, he yelling at the kid about not selling himself short. It was like a Joe Clark-like moment.
You think I'm stupid, son?
No, sir.
Yes, you do. You're trying to con a con man.
Like like one of those inspirational, hey, you need to be better, and you're stupid if you think you're stupid. So don't think that, because you're not stupid. But they just cut him off with the you're stupid part. Left the other part there. Left the other part on the cutting room floor. So what they've been trying to do is sell us a narrative that Bernie Sanders is opposite of reality, which is that Bernie Sanders is actually a very favorable candidate. He's doing very well. I had a conversation with somebody at Politicon about this very thing with an MSNBC frequent contributor.
I'll let you finish your point on procedure, but then I want you to answer the question that will give you an opportunity to do it. Because my point that I made, the same question I asked her, which was, could Wall not be a
I couldn't believe it. When I walked up, Dr. Jason Johnson was bashing Bernie supporters, just like he does on Twitter and MSNBC.
So, and even like say, even in the case of say April where she was robbed, even in that case, the model that she set for how to run is what everybody's trying to do. Most of the campaigns now look at that and they're like, oh, wait a minute, hiring the same consultants that have been using for 20 years in the South is not how you do. Oh, maybe hiring.
Dr. Jason, when you agree that
Hello there, Tim. Hello, Tim. It's good to meet you in person, Tim. There we go. There we go. I'm happy about this.
Right. So you were talking earlier about Bernie supporters being run down online.
No, I said if you have a different campaign staff, maybe you're more sensitive to the fact that you got some more online. Yes, awesome.
Gosh, that audio's bad. Dr. J just said that if Bernie Sanders had a more diverse campaign staff, maybe they would be more responsive when his supporters are more hostile online. He said Bernie supporters are hostile online.
If a lot of your campaign staff are a bunch of guys, right, and you don't have as much diversity in your advisors as you should have, maybe they're not as sensitive to some of the behavior of your supporters as you would be if you had a more diverse
So
consultant.
you actually want to hold campaigns responsible for supporters online. They have no contact with.
No. A campaign should be responsible for how they respond to the people who are behaving on their behalf. Because
they're not employees.
No. I can give you a perfect example. If I am running for office and a group of people say pedophiles for Jason Johnson.
Yeah, you heard that one right. Dr. J is comparing Bernie Sanders supporters to pedophiles. Pedophiles.
No. My response is like, hey, I don't have any control of those people. That's not what you want to hear. What you would want to hear me say is, I vehemently reject. I would say, I vehemently reject. I got to be here. I would say, I vehemently reject pedophiles and everything.
You're gaslighting right now.
I'm not gaslighting. I'm saying
pedophiles.
What I'm saying.
People online with a different political bent.
What I'm saying is,
people with no usernames,
if you have supporters,
pumpkin pies for faces.
If you have supporters, and you have surrogates who behave in aggressive and unprofessional. Yes,
that's different. Now surrogates are better.
But wait a minute. Not all surrogates are necessarily right. Yeah, surrogates and supporters. If you have people who are acting on your behalf, who are behaving in ways that are getting people, even people who support you. Vincent D'Onofrio, who's like, dude, I'm a Bernie supporter, but I'm getting off Twitter because your supporters and he's a Bernie supporter. He got off Twitter because he was sick and tired of the hostility he was getting from Bernie supporters.
I'm sick of the hostility I received from Hillary supporters and Kamala supporters.
I don't care because I don't work for either of them.
Neither do I. But you voice it as if there's only one side of this issue.
No. Once upon a time, it was the Coomers. Right? Yes, they were party unity in my ass. And they hated Obama.
Right.
Yes.
But this type of rhetoric was not used about those women.
Because it was 10 years ago. I mean, I'm sorry, we're not in the same political environment. But what I'm saying to you is because the activity at that point and the amplification of that activity 10 years ago is fundamentally different than the way it is now. Because the number of people on Twitter in 2009 and 2008 is completely different.
Do you have any data that says that Bernie supporters are more virulent than any other campaign? Do you have any data to support that claim?
Yes, okay. And I can send you that data. It's from Shireen.
Just tell me.
Do you know Shireen?
That's a person, right? It's an organization that did a study.
Yeah. So she's got the what is Shireen's last name? Because she does all the work on sort of bots and analytics and everything else like that. She's an African American woman. You've probably seen her on TV before. And I'll find you Shireen's last name. She does a whole report on the number and types of amplification and the amount of hostility, negative words, and attacks from different kinds of supporters. Now, I'm not saying all those supporters are real people. I'm not saying all those supporters are necessarily vetted. What I am saying is this sort of victim that people get into where they're like, oh my gosh, look, Harris supporters can be rude. Warren supporters can be rude. Hillary can be rude. All supporters can be rude. But I am telling, but I am telling
you was always one particular set. Happens to have the widest support.
Who?
Bernie Sanders has the widest support. Well, he has 1 million donors, right?
That's not the widest support.
He has the most donations. Has the most offices. Hold on a second. He started campaigning back in 2015. It's now 2020. Who are you saying has as many supporters?
Scoreboard. Where's the poll numbers? Scoreboard.
We're talking about online support.
But no. You just said supporters. You didn't say specifically online.
You did. Your premise is online.
But you were talking about, you just said supporters.
The polls that you're talking about, I hope you're talking about Iowa, or New Hampshire, right? Because when we
talk-
start talking national polls, who you saying has more support? The guys who've been campaigning for 4 or 5 years.
He's third in national polling. He was like fourth last week in Iowa. What are you
number of
talking
supporters.
about?
Polling is you talk to 1,000 people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is that numbers or is that just people you talk to?
That's
because when we
1,000
talk
people
about
that you-
numbers based on the sheer number of offices, satellite offices that Bernie Sanders has in comparison, would lead one to believe he has more support at a number level, but numbers of people.
Would lead one to believe who doesn't understand anything about how campaigns actually work. Because, I'm sorry.
He has the largest grassroots support party.
Okay, I'm not denying that,
So
but I'm talking about
grassroots support that would lead one to assume you have.
I'm talking about support when it comes to like actual polling and people who are voting.
No,
you can have a bigger team.
I thought
It
you were
doesn't
talking
mean
about online presence and people being crazy online, right? So I'm saying that he has more people, more numbers
if we
of
were
people.
talking about online, then why are you talking about field offices?
Because I would extrapolate that actual people that come out in the field, actually people go online. What Dr. Jason did here is a classic move called move the goalpost. He does it in order to frustrate the hell out of you because you got a good point and he doesn't. Bernie Sanders has more grassroots support. He already admitted it. He has more followers. He's got more people online. So if there are more impassioned Bernie supporters, it's probably just because he has more supporters. You got more people, you make more noise. Simple as that. Doesn't mean people are more vicious or bad, and it definitely doesn't mean they're equatable to pedophiles.
Okay, no, that's not true. That's not true.
Most people have an internet connection, right?
But actually, no. I mean, that, you can break that down depending on communities. We don't necessarily have the most.
If you work on campaigns, you'll know that the internet does not translate into If you work on campaigns, hold on, don't move.
He made an argument that didn't make any sense. Just like he does on MSNBC.
You got it.
I know that feels funny. This lady used to ask me about like my.
Oh, my mom?
Oh, yes, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, but somebody was like, oh, like when you got the PhD, I was like, yeah. I was like,
Well, that's enough. We'll sign off. All right, guys, you have it. According to Jason and some woman named Shireen, Bernie has the most aggressive supporters. Well, I kept stating, hey, well, Bernie has more support than any other candidate in this race. And they kept denying it. I'm like, well, he's been running since 2014, 2015, right? He's got more offices. He's got more donors. He's got more volunteers. How can you say he doesn't have more support? Well, look at the poll number. That's like the poll numbers are sample size. We don't even know who they're polling. I'm talking about it just bears the logic. I mean, we could look at Twitter if we want to talk about online support. Look at online support. Why does he have more online followers than anybody else and he didn't buy them? But see, the bias is so thick, you can't pierce it. They will deny it. They'll be on their deathbed. Bernie's he's not popular. He's been there served 2 terms. Bernie's not popular. They'll die with the lie. So back to the New Hampshire poll, guys. Listen to this. Former Vice President Joe Biden suffered a precipitous drop in the latest New Hampshire poll, falling to the lowest point his campaign has seen this cycle. Senator Bernie Sanders recaptured his first place spot over Elizabeth Warren. That's right. This is in the Political. They called this out. This is great. I'm surprised, Johnson. Now, we've been saying since day one, Joe Biden is a loser. It's not because I want him to be one. I cannot will him to lose. All of us thinking really hard and holding hands will not make Joe Biden go down in polls. Do you know what will make Joe Biden go down in polls? Well, first of all, I want you to know that I was never a part of anything inappropriate, or we never did anything inappropriate, and we are, there's the president and the United States of America. We are the guiding light, the principle of America. They're here to shed the light on Americans and to do what we can do. And come on, man, you got to see me for who I am and for what we are, what we're trying to be, Jesus. And we are here. And listen, man, come on, man. You got to know that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm forgetting everything I have to say, and I'm just going to keep repeating random things that sound like loosely fitted, like knitted together, but they mean nothing. I say nothing. I am nothing. Without Obama, I would be nothing. But that's not the only reason why Joe Biden is falling. He's falling because he's just not a good candidate. He's never has been. I mean, he's won in Delaware. It's not because he's great, right? He's brought and paid for by Goldman Sachs. Come on, man. It's because he was always more sold out than his challengers. He always sold more of his soul, so he had more of a war chest. But even that's starting to dry up. Word on the street is that Joe Biden can't raise money. People don't like betting on bum horses. Yeah, not that many, even multi-millionaires love showing up to throw money away. They don't want to. They didn't get rich by throwing money away. Like, oh, get out of here, this pesky money. Let me just put it on Joe Biden and get rid of it. Now, there's other ways to get rid of it. You can bet on the Super Bowl or something. So, Joe Biden is doing what Joe Biden always does. People who are shocked by it, I'm shocked you're shocked. It's shocking that you're shocked that Biden's falling. So more about Bernie Sanders in New Hampshire. Sanders was the first choice of 21% of likely Democratic primary voters, followed by Warren with 18%, Biden with 15%, and Mayor Pete Buttigieg at 10%. Now, this is according to a Granite State poll conducted by the University of New Hampshire and co-sponsored by CNN. Now, look, when Bernie Sanders is killing it in the CNN poll, and they say he's up by a few points, it's probably about 20 points. Yeah. He'd have to be up by 20. It's sort of like boxing when you're going against the champ. You got to really beat the hell out the champ in order to get the decision, because he's the champ. And when it's CNN, you got to really beat the establishment candidate, because that's the house. That's the CNN guy or candidate. The oligarchs pick, the DNC choice, the establishment choice, the money choice. So I'm just extrapolating that possibly Bernie would have to really be killing it. I mean, you got to be so good they can't ignore you, Steve Martin. Bernie Sanders is smoking hot right now. I'm starting to think maybe Bernie's heart attack, though probably very scary, was probably a good thing. I'm sorry, I know it sounds really bad, right? That sounds horrible, right? I know. But it's kind of a good thing. I mean, because it's like, hey, look, where I come from as a black male, anytime you get sick and you don't die and you get a chance to like clean up your life a little bit, that's a blessing, y'all. Bernie sound good on the stump. He sounds strong on the stump. He sounds like he wants it. He sounds hungry. He sounds revitalized. He sounds like somebody with a second lease on himself. He's feeling good, and it's showing, and the polls are reacting, and the surge is going on, and people are responding to him in a favorable way. And that's with a media blackout that only talks about Bernie in a negative tone. So imagine what Bernie could do if they actually kept it 100, Johnson. Ain't going to happen. So that's the reason why independent media must continue to sound the alarm. Just another fun fact, Biden has lost 9 points since the previous New Hampshire poll, University of New Hampshire poll. Ooh. And the money, the fundraising is not there. It's just... Bernie Sanders, keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Did you enjoy that content? I know you did. You got great taste, Johnson. What can I say? Become a member of the Tim Black Wolf Pack today right here on YouTube or go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. And you'll get free stuff, special stuff, secret stuff. Do it today. Wolf Pack.